entertaining.
Yeah, he's gonna be the spy on the Florida, which creates its own problems.
That would help if I'm on the internet. Over under 8:30.
Say under.
Under? Over under 8:30?
I'm gonna go under.
Under? I'll take the under too.
You need to do this before comments.
All right, I'll go. I'll go over then. I'll always go over.
Don't pressure it out there.
No, because you can sit there and you can like extend your comments.
That's why I said over. I'll go over.
Feels like I have a monologue prepared.
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to call this meeting to order. The time is now 7:30. This is the regular city council meeting for January 13th. Clerk, can you please do a roll call?
Mayor Pro Tem Bliss.
I'm here.
Councilman Fleming.
Here?
Councilman Muir.
Here.
Councilor Rohrbach. Here. Councilman Soltis. Councilor Wright.
Here?
Mayor Grafstein.
I am here. The invocation and pledge of allegiance this evening will be led by Councilor Rohrbach. I invite you to stand if you would like.
So next Monday, our nation celebrates the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And Dr. King taught us that leadership is not about titles or power, but about service, compassion, and unwavering commitment to justice. He reminded us that progress is possible when we stand united, guided by love and a shared belief in the dignity of every individual. As we conduct the work of this council, let us carry forward Dr. King's dream, a dream of communities where equality and opportunity are not just ideals, but realities for every person. Let us embrace our responsibility to be bridge builders, problem solvers, and champions for the voices that need to be heard. Tonight, as we deliberate, let us keep Dr. King's words in our hearts. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in the moments of convenience and comfort, but where he stands in times of challenge and controversy. May his example inspire us to lead with integrity, courage, and hope as we shape the future of our city together. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. First up this evening is approval of the agenda. Are there any additions or deletions? Seeing none, we're going to move right into our first presentation from the Director of Public Services. It's the 2024 Holiday Light Awards presentations.
Good evening, Mayor and members of the council. Happy New Year. On the evening of December 17th, the Beautification Committee surveyed a total of 31 nominations and add-ons for the 2024 Holiday Light Awards. As in years prior, we traveled through the city of Madison Heights to witness firsthand all the brilliantly decorated homes and score them on a variety of different categories. Thanks as always to John Lufkin with our Active Adult Center for driving us all over the city on the bus. And without further ado, this year's first place winners are Christopher and Jonathan Hart of 1335 Dulong Avenue. Now, as you can see, 1335 Dulong has everything going on. Figures, inflatables, arches over the sidewalk. Every square inch of the house is covered in lights and lawn. And above your head, it's all rounded off by a canopy of icicles. The use of color and layout brings cheer on a cold winter night. On behalf of the Beautification Committee, congratulations to you both. We have a $50 gift card to Green Lantern Pizza, which is located at 12th and John R., as well as a certificate of appreciation from City Council for a job well done. If you'd like to step up, please. Oh, I'm sorry.
You gotta get that pizza. And if you didn't know where Green Lantern was, we'd probably have to take it away from you.
The lights are great, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Good job.
Did a lot in a day.
That's a long day.
Coming in a very close second place are Patrick and Andrea Moore at 30615 Westwood Drive. There's lights and arches, there's inflatables and figures, there's a pond for the penguin. And talk about committing to the bit, if you see that plane right there about center, that's actually strapped down sitting in the driveway and completely blocking the garage door. I'd also like to give a special mention that they really coordinate well with the neighbor. The decorations on the two houses almost seem to flow together, creating the cul-de-sac. Congratulations, we also have a $50 green card, or gift card to Green Lantern, and a certificate of appreciation from City Council for your hard work.
Congrats, looks awesome. Thank you. Great job. Thank you. Sean, you did away with the music this time. You did away with the music.
We have the music. We would now like to run a brief presentation of our winners and nominees' homes. So I'd like to thank our winners and the nominees for making your homes look so festive this winter. So many of our residents really continue to outdo themselves year after year. The Beautification Committee will be accepting nominations in June for the 2025 Summer Beautification Awards. Residents can contact the Department of Public Services to nominate their own or their neighbors' homes for their immaculate landscaping and gardening efforts. Please keep an eye out on the website and other media outlets for details. And thank you, Mayor and Council, for your time this evening.
All right, thank you. And I want to thank both our winners as well as everyone who participates for doing your bit to help the city be beautiful. So thank you and enjoy your prizes. Next up is meeting open to the public. So this is the opportunity for anyone to speak. Request that you address me with any of your comments. Keep your comments to 3 minutes. give your name, address, any affiliation with the city, and with that, I'm going to open public comment at the podium. All right. Seeing nobody wishing to speak, I'm going to close public comment and move to the consent agenda. There's 2 items this evening. They are the city council meeting minutes from the meeting on December 2nd and December 9th. Can I get a motion to approve, please?
Your Honor,
Yes,
motion to approve the consent agenda?
thank you. Is there support?
Your Honor. Support.
The motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those against say no. Motion carries. And then we have reports. First up, we have the capital improvement plan for fiscal year 25 to 30.
The city's financial policies indicate that the city will develop a multi-year plan for capital improvement purchases or projects costing more than $5,000, that we will update it annually and make all capital improvements in accordance with this plan. The plan is presented to City Council each year to allow the council and the public an opportunity to provide input during the early stages of the budget preparation process. After the council has had an opportunity to offer comments and/or questions, I recommend that council receive and file the plan. The final CIP will be included with the upcoming fiscal year 2026 budget for formal adoption in May.
All right, so with that, I'm going to ask for a motion from council to receive and file.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to receive the report and file it.
All right, thank you. Is there support?
Your Honor, I'll support.
Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those against say no. Motion carries. And then we have the second report from the city manager, the court use agreement with the Southeastern Michigan Pickleball Association, the SMPA.
With the construction of 8 pickleball courts at Rosie's Park, the Southeastern Michigan Pickleball Association is interested in entering a court use agreement with the city. Specifically, the SMPA has awarded the city $16,200 to cover construction add-ons. They will provide wind screens and assist the city in creating rules and signage, split the cost of future surface maintenance, and provide programming up to 20% of the available court time, including lessons, leagues, mixers, and tournaments. Profits from the programming will be split 70-30, with 30% going to the city. This is per our normal recreation agreements. Staff recommends that City Council approve the contract with the Southeastern Michigan Pickleball Association for pickleball court usage.
All right, thank you. Can I get a motion to approve from council, please?
Your Honor, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Thank you. Is there support?
Your Honor. Support.
The motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion?
Your Honor?
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to thank staff for their hard work on this. I know finding a partner to ensure that those courts are not just used, but are maintained to the level that we want them to, I think was critical in this rollout. And so really excited to see this agreement come through. And the profits from the programming, 30%, I think that's our normal recreation agreement amount. And so I think that it's just a really good deal overall. I'd love to see us executing similar deals like this with our local partners. I had mentioned a couple meetings ago, partnering with local gyms and our school districts, being able to have those types of shared facilities so our residents can enjoy a discount for going to work out at a local gym because we don't have a community center or a pool, utilizing the school's pools and that. And so I think this agreement is a great template for how we can do that. Just flipping, in this case, it's our courts that they're renting and leveraging through this agreement. That would be us renting and leveraging somebody else's courts and equipment and everything. So we're just really excited, and I think this is something that we can build on. So props to our staff. I know this is a long time coming, and I'm pretty sure that our city manager will be the first one to play on these courts when they're ready, right?
Probably.
She already has the court reserved.
Really excited.
It's fully reserved. She has an entire day, no meetings on the calendar. Just love it.
All right, thank you. Any other discussion, comments from council?
Your Honor.
Yes.
So I'm very excited about pickleball. don't get me wrong when I'm going to say this, but, you know, when I was doing some research, I was seeing, like, there has been in the past some pickleball controversies. You know, individuals kind of having conflict about the usage of the pickleball courts. I appreciate that there is going to be signage and things like that right from the start when we open these courts for, you know, how they can be used and things like that. I just want to request that, you know, before anything gets too far down the line, if we are hearing about conflicts that are happening, you know, with people about the usage of the courts, that we get a report, the council gets a report on that early on so that we can address it. It can be addressed early on before it gets out of hand. I don't anticipate it getting out of hand because I'm sure everybody's going to be absolutely wonderful. But I just, I'm going to request that early on in this process. Thanks.
All right, thank you. Anyone else? Any questions, comments?
Your Honor,
Yes.
just one question. So this is going in Rosie's Park, correct? Are we gonna, I know we're having some issues with like some vandalism and things of that nature. What is it, part of this, weren't they gonna kind of help keep an eye on the park, or is that a part of the agreement?
No. Well, but we do anticipate just utilization of the pickleball courts will help keep an eye on the park because,
Okay.
you know, there'll be more people there. We have installed cameras at the parks as well, so that's happened recently, and so we haven't had any vandalism, but it's also winter. But I think the vandalism, the police has increased their patrols in there as well, but I think the vandalism has pretty much stopped since our biggest event. We did a community conversation virtual meeting, about 15 people attended, and then we did the cameras, put up some new signage. We've had the police in there more, so that's helped.
Great. Well, it'll be good to have some more people there. And I got next, since you go first.
Anyone else? Any comments?
Your Honor,
Yes.
do we have any kind of rough idea of what that income might be from our 30% of? We haven't budgeted anything.
I had kind of ran the numbers when we first worked out the agreement, but that was last January, so I don't really know. It also depends. They have included mini tournaments, so they make the most money off of tournaments and mini tournaments, not so much like lessons and leagues, but still, there's a couple $1,000s to be made off all of those. So it's kind of going to depend on how many they have.
So our maintenance agreement is basically 50/50. Do we anticipate that revenue from their events will cover our 50% of maintenance? So this is kind of a,
Probably. We don't anticipate needing to resurface these for several years. I think it's like 7 to 10, I think. They haven't surfaced them yet, so hopefully. I don't know what the cost will be at the time. The cost went up when pickleball got popular. Go figure, so. But the maintenance cost is relatively low. It would be like cracks in the surfacing or resurfacing. But typically, the only other thing is the fence. So, and the nets, which they have offered to provide as well.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, so and I'm in favor of this. I think this is great, and we were having issues at Rosie's, so the more activities, structured activities that we can have, the more people using the park the way it's supposed to be used, then the more of a deterrent to people using the park in a way it shouldn't be used. So all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those who say no, motion carries. And then finally, we have from Director of Public Services, the Delicio Contracting Contract, the extensions.
The city manages its concrete road construction and paving projects under two separate contracts, the R3 residential road construction and the major and local sectional concrete replacement. The R3 projects were most recently bid in March of 2024, while the major and local sectional projects were bid in February 2023, with the pricing extended for the 2024 construction year. The successful bidder for both of these projects was Delicio Contracting. In anticipation of the construction year, Delicio reached out to our consulting engineering firm and indicated their willingness to extend their current pricing for both of these contracts. Therefore, staff and Norwick and Frous recommend that City Council adopt the contract extensions for the R3 and the major and local sectional projects with Delicio Contracting for the upcoming construction year This represents a proposed budget cost of $2,281,000. Funding is proposed for the 2025-26 fiscal year, and I should note they are also going to include the alley repairs that start in the budget this year.
All right, thank you. What is the wish of council?
Your Honor,
Yes.
I move the council concurs with the recommendation of Noack and Frous and accepts the contract extensions of R3 and major and local sectional projects with Delicio Contracting for the upcoming construction year.
All right, thank you. Is there support?
Your Honor,
Yes.
all support.
Thank you. A motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion?
Your Honor.
Yes.
Just a simple comment that keeping the same pricing for an additional year is a huge savings in this environment. I don't know if anybody's tried to buy eggs recently, but it's the same thing with everything that the city has to spend money on. And so the fact that we're able to lock in the same pricing for an additional year is a huge win. So hats off to staff on that.
Agree. Anything else? All right, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those against say no. Motion carries. And with that, I invite closing comments, starting with Councilman Muir.
Thank you, Your Honor. I know it's cold out, so hopefully everybody staying warm, but it is something to help you think spring. It is Little League sign-up time, so get online and register your little ones to play baseball this summer and think warm thoughts. We're taking from 7-year-olds up to 18-year-olds, so love to see the kids out there playing baseball and doing something outside for the summer. In the meantime, stay warm. Lots of fun stuff still going on in the city, even though the cold weather is here. We got some very active adult center activities that I'll be attending this week. Very excited to be a member of that club. So, and lots of Parks and Rec stuff still going on. So. Think spring, and it will be warm soon, but keep active even though it's cold, and stay warm. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Pro Tem?
Yes, Your Honor. I know Councilman Muir said that it's cold outside, but it's also really cold in here. So, I hope everybody, all of our residents that are needing help and assistance to be able to heat their homes. I don't know if we could do a social media post sharing some of the services and the aid and help that our residents can get. But there's nothing worse than having to decide whether to feed your family, get your medication, or have it not be 40 degrees in your house. And so for those that are struggling with that, if we could share some resources, I would appreciate it. I would also like to remind folks, the 5 people who are watching this on a live stream and on YouTube, our next appointments for our boards and commissions is coming up in about a month. And so you got about 3 to 4 weeks right now to put in an application if you'd like to join one of our city boards. This is the city's 70th anniversary year. There's going to be a ton of great programming. All of our boards and commissions are doing amazing things right now. You'll hear some of those updates in the upcoming meeting as we go through the appointments. We'll share what each of those boards and committees are working on. But if you'd like to be a part of it, make sure to hit the city website. You can fill out an online application. It does not take that much time. And then you can be a part of the volunteers that have built our city in the last 70 years and will build it in the next 70. So please join us. It's a lot of fun. That's it, Your Honor.
Thank you. Councilman Wright?
Thank you. I would just echo those sentiments about joining our boards and commissions. They're powered by our residents. So I'll reach out to we'll say 10. I'm sure it's hundreds of people watching. So go fill out an application, apply. We need more folks to get involved, so please do that. I just want to say happy MLK Day. One thing that I always think about when I think about MLK Day was his commitment to service and community engagement. And so, and also what it truly means. A lot of people thought that, he just talked about seeing people as their character, saying like, oh, hey, I don't see color, I don't see this, I don't see that. No, he was encouraging us to see it and to embrace it and to love each other as they are, not as how we want them to be. So on MLK Day, a lot of us will be not working, be home with our kids. So I want to encourage you just to remember that message of seeing people for who they are, not seeing who they aren't, and embracing them. That's it.
Thank you. I think,
Your Honor, Happy New Year to everyone. I was presented with this beautiful framed picture of the Madison Heights Rockies, a team that we sponsored. Quinn, Councilman Wright is smiling because his team beat my team in the championship game, and he's got his picture of his team as well, and it was a thrilling game.
It was a thrilling game.
Yeah, and it could have been more thrilling for the Sherman and Sherman team, but what's important is just to give back to the community and help kids do great things like playing Little League Baseball. And even though it's freezing out, it's a comforting thought to think about the Little League season coming up. So thank you, Councilman Mayer, for the plaque, and want to wish everybody all the best in the coming year. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Anything, City Manager?
No comment.
Clerk's office?
The only thing I wanted to also add on to the boards and commissions comment was that even if you don't see a vacancy on the board and commission you wish to serve on, just fill out an application because it's always rotating. People come and go, leave, have work commitments that they have to resign. So even if there's not an opening now, there might be one in the near future. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Councilor Rohrbach?
I'm going to reiterate the board appointments, that was on my list as well. And the Environmental Citizens Committee met recently, and we're able to approve funding for the upcoming native garden grants that we're going to be giving out to individuals and groups in the city who want help implementing a native garden on their property. So be on the lookout for that application. It's coming soon. And that is all funded by sales of native plants that we do with the native plant sales every year with the ECC. And the next one of those is May 25th. So, just around the corner, Memorial Weekend. And I also just want to remind everybody that you can compost your food scraps at DPS. There are big bins. They've had to add 2 more, so I think there's 3 bins out there, so you can put your food scraps in there and help to reduce your food waste at home as well. So it's a really great thing that we started out with 1. It's grown to 3 because people are responding and using that, so I do encourage everyone to do that. And then I know that at the beginning of February, we're going to have our first community conversation, virtual conversation of the year, that is going to be about Ambassador Park. So Ambassador Park, up around 13 Mile, is going to have some really amazing investments. What is it, $7 million worth of investments next year? And so I'd really like to get as many people as possible to join that conversation about what's coming and what they'd like to see and kind of be in on that planning. So be on the lookout for the announcement about how to join that community conversation on February 3rd. Thank you. That's all.
All right, thank you. Councilman Fleming?
No comments tonight.
Councilman Soltis? All right. So I want to thank everybody for joining us for the first meeting of the year. And I want to thank again everyone who decorates for the different seasons. And I also want to thank the Hearts of Dulong, because not only do they decorate, but they have an in with Santa, and he comes to visit them. I think it's every Saturday before Christmas in December. So I didn't get to make it this year, but I was able to meet Santa at their house. And all I ask is that if you can bring some kind of non-perishable for the pantry. So keep that in mind for next year, or for this year. I'm guessing they're going to be doing that again. Our next meeting is going to be on January 27th. The time is 7:58, and this meeting is adjourned. Good night.